Well, good afternoon, YTPC. This is Dave coming to you from Southern Maryland. It's just after 5 o'clock on Tuesday the 2nd. My second video of the day. I don't like mixing up my thank you videos. I think it's disrespectful to bury it in the middle of a 15 or 20-minute video or stick it on the end. So I just did that on my own. That's why I did 2 today. So, but again, thank you to Trucking Piper. I do consider Doug a great member of the community. And it was pretty nice to win his GAW. I'm smoking the Maryland Meerschaum, and in it, I went back to my Captain Black Royal, mainly out of laziness, guys. I just didn't have the time. I've done a couple things here in the paddock, and it's 5 o'clock, and I want to get a video up. So I just went with what was laying on the desk. I got a call from the shipping company, and I think the tables are getting delivered tomorrow, so we might take a major leap forward Wednesday, Thursday this week. It means I can kind of clean all this up. I can start moving. Once the tables are in, then I know these are in the right place. Once I know those are in the right place, we can then move the cellar. I want to put my entire cellar up on that set of 5 bookshelves. So I don't know how much of it'll take. It might take it all. It might not fit. It might have quite a bit of room left over. I just don't know. Guys, I received a huge shipment today. I laid it out and took a look at it, and I'll probably put it in the video tomorrow. I feel a little weird, a little bit like a hoarder with it, but there's been a lot of talk in the community about HU stopping a lot of their brands, and some of their more popular ones are going to stop being made. They might be offered here in the U.S. They may or they may not. If you listen to Doug over at Beans 316, he talks about them coming sometime early this year. That may all be true. None of it may be true. I don't really know. But I went and created an account over at Estival's and had a number of tins shipped in. So, and they actually arrived today. So I've heard bad things about Estival's, but I got to be honest with you. I ordered 3 big orders. I broke it up so it wasn't one monster order. And I had no issues with their online system. I had no issues paying. They used DHL. Customs and Border Patrol did not flag the shipment or any of them. I have a feeling they all traversed at the same time. They all showed up in the same DHL truck today. But I've removed all the external, perturbations out of it. Now I have a nice collection of HU blends. I'll show them to you tomorrow. I've got a bunch. I have not only a bunch of blends, but many tins of the harder, the ones that are more popular. Potter Piper sent me a video, and it was really helpful in saying, here are the brands that are probably most at risk, or the blends most at risk under HU. And I went on to Estival's and just found what I could pick up. So that's in the door. That's how I like to do things when there's too many external vagrancies, too many perturbations in the force. I like to go ahead and take that out. And so what I had come in the door is not really just for me. We'll use it for gifts. Somebody will be Secret Santa next year will probably get some. It's just nice to have all that come clean. Now they may offer all these blends here in the US. Maybe they won't change them at all, or maybe they won't offer any of them, or maybe they'll change them all. So it's nice to have the originals sitting here in tins, aging in my cellar. So Might take some heat tomorrow when I show it to you, but I feel good about taking out the all the unknowns. Guys, one of the things I want to talk to you today is a concept called entropy. ENTROPY, entropy. My school actually made me take a class on it back, God, it was probably back in 84 or 85. So I just want to read it to you. Entropy is a process of degradation or running down or a trend to disorder. And my point today would be everything falls under entropy. Absolutely everything. If you leave fruit or vegetables out or even in your fridge, as soon as you pick it, it starts to decay. We as humans, we decay. Some of us quicker than others. And you can do lots of things to slow it down, but the bottom line is our bodies do decay. They experience entropy. Cars, if you sit there and baby them, they fall apart. If you use them a lot, they fall apart. And I just wanted to, sometimes we wonder, why is life so hard, or why can life sometimes present itself as hard? And the reason is because absolutely everything about us, everything around us, everything on the planet decays. And we have to maintain it. To slow that decay, you can't really arrest it, but to slow it down. So that would be your career, your job, your marriage, your relationship with your kids. And then the last one I'll mention, because it bridges over to what I want to talk about next, is friendships. Pretty much everything that we surrounded by decays. And that can be, at 59, I know that can be depressing. People around you die. The car you love really becomes unreliable. I don't know, just gardens, your garden decays. If you don't take care of it, it's not even one season. It goes to hell, it goes to weeds. So I know I experienced back in 2011, I told you that story. I experienced a lot of, not depression, but just frustration with, why is it so hard after all these years? And the reason really is entropy, and we experience it in absolutely every aspect of our life, and we experience it in every aspect of our life every year. And that can be, unless you really know that and think about it and really kind of prepare for it, plan your battle plan to deter entropy, it comes in all around us, and it can really make life seem hard. And I think sometimes that's why we fall to the negative side. For me, 2023 was a great year, but I had a lot of bad things happen. But I chose the other day to tell you, like, really the major positives of my year and the major negatives I left out, because, why focus on those? And so 2023 is a great year, and I can tell you right now, 2024 is going to be a great year. That doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. That doesn't mean everything I planned for will happen as I planned. But it's going to be a great year because I choose to focus on the things I can do things about. 2024 year is already a great year, right? I got Chuck and Piper's package for his GAW win, and my HU package was successful. That order came through. So there's some perfect examples. I've had a great couple of days with my kids, great couple of days with my wife. So as we close out the second day of the year, it's already a good year. So one of my mentors, Keith Cunningham, I've talked to him about in the past. He used to say to us, "Where attention goes, energy flows." And that can be a bullshitty bumper sticker thing that really is a platitude and doesn't really affect our decisions in our daily life. But I chose to not take it that way, and it has affected me a lot over the last, gosh, it's probably been 15 years or better. That means where we choose to spend our time and our attention is usually what flourishes in our life. And I have a feeling, I know for me personally, and I'm going to project it on you, I did not put a lot of energy into my friendships for the last 30 years. I mean, basically from the time I graduated from college in '86 until about 5 years ago, my entire life was about work and then building my company, taking care of my career, dealing with my finances, trying to be a decent husband to my wife. I think I might have failed on that one for a while. And my kids, and then running my county for 8 years. What you didn't hear in that list was my friendships. And a lot of them were whittled away. Now, some I've tried to rekindle in the 5 years since I retired. And I've tried to put attention on my friendships and my private life beyond my family. And as I put that attention there, some energy's gone to it. And some of my friendships have rekindled. But unfortunately, at 59, some of them have died. Not everybody gets to live into their 60s and 70s and 80s. So it's a bit of a privilege to still be here at this point, because some of my close friends are actually gone now. Friends from college, I've rekindled a couple of the friendships, and you guys are part of that. The energy, the attention I put into these videos and the energy that's flowed into them has really come back to me. And I think I've made more friends in the last 6 months, more contacts, more meaningful touches in my life in those 6 months here than I have anywhere else in my life in the last several years. I sense that's true for a lot of you as well, that the family is taking a lot of the time, which is absolutely the right priority, and your career is taking a lot of your time, which in my opinion is absolutely the right priority. And there's not much time left after those two things. And yesterday we talked about the third 8, and I chose not to spend much of my third 8 on friendships. And now I am choosing to spend time on my friendships, both here in the YTPC and in my private life. And it's really bearing fruit. And the success I have here, the people, some of you guys, we just interact over the videos, but some of us talk in texts and otherwise. So, I enjoy that, and I encourage that. I'd like to have more of you talk to me beyond the videos. I enjoy it and I appreciate it. And it's interesting that I have developed friendships over the interwebs, the internet, mainly through YouTube. But in my old channel, my DHR Street Speed channel, I still have friends that I talk to from that. And I can remember as my kids grew up, maybe when they were 10, so maybe, gosh, this is 10, 12, 13, 14 years ago, my kids actually taught me that their online friends were just as important to them as their, what I called their real life friends. And because I was getting frustrated that my kids were spending so much time on the internet, and I said, you need real friends. And they really pushed back on me pretty good and said, Dad, my friends online are as real as my real friends, as you call them. And so they were actually the first ones to teach me that you could have a mix of people you see in real life face to face and people you see kind of like in this manner, in this fashion. So I thought that was kind of interesting that now here I am 10, 12 years later doing the exact same thing myself. And I agree with what they said, by the way. I thought it was a pretty good teaching from my children that you guys are just as real friends, even though I don't see you face to face, as the people I do. All right, guys, I think we're going to end there. I'm going to kind of shut up and get this thing posted up. I know I'm late tonight. I just wanted to say I appreciate you. I say that a lot in my videos, but I actually want to make a video about it, that this is a very important part of my life, and you can tell that by the amount of time I spend on it. I get over here, well, I mean, it's not such a bad place to be. And actually being over here drags all the stuff that maybe the wife's not too happy about out of the house and out of my office and in here, where she comes every couple of times a year. So, but I do it. I come over here and I don't just play with the cars and I don't just play with the paddock. I take time to watch your videos and comment on them and develop a relationship with you, and then film my videos and hopefully share some things that help out to you guys. So I love what we have going on here, and I intend to continue to work on it. And that's really it, guys. Just thank you. I really appreciate what we have, and hopefully we can continue to develop our friendships. That's it. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.